Assets with Guru and Dibs and Santa. Who's your friend?
It's Santa, Union City Santa. He said hello, Dibs, and he got something for you.
Oh, I love it. Hopefully it's, a couple of winners, because so far in December, you and I have not been too great according to my numbers here. Liquidate All Assets brought to you by Livermore Casino in downtown Livermore on First Street. I've got us so far on the year, Goo. Not terrible. You're 10-12. I'm 10-13. And
Okay.
The college bowl update coming up here momentarily.
I'll tell you this, 10-12, I'm 2 under, you're 3, I'm 3 under, you 2, or vice versa. We still got time, Dibs.
Yeah, and we've got action. And by the way, the College Bowl Spectacular contest that we have, you and I and producer E-Dog, who, of course, is the producer of Steiny and Guru, and he does such a great job with Liquidate All Assets as well. Right now, Guru, you are looking very good, and you've got a team on the field right now, a 2-point team for you. You got 10 points. You're 8-5. I've got 7 points at 6-7. E-Dog has got 5 points. He's 4-9, but he's trending upward. Goo, you've got a big one on the field right now. North Texas and Miami of Ohio. You're Miami of Ohio up by 2 touchdowns, and you're given 3.
Yeah, like Rick James, I'm feeling freaky, 8-5, and I'm going to do my Fidel. Yeah, I like that. And I got it on now. Let's just keep it going, Dibs. I'm ready, baby.
Yeah, UCF in Florida coming up at 4 o'clock. Guru, one of his big 7 picks on the previous podcast, of course, the College Bowl Spectacular, was Florida, -6.5. E-Dog and I, we both like UCF plus the 6.5. The line may have moved. We locked in at those numbers. Make sure you catch the second half of tonight's doubleheader, the Gasparilla Bowl, Goo, from Tampa.
Love it.
Yeah, and of course, we've got college basketball picks for you coming up. Thursday night football, though, Goo. It's the big one. 49ers at the Titans. It's coming up in about 2 hours. The over-under 44.5. What do you think about a matchup with the Titans? They've got a couple of players back. A.J. Brown is going to be back. Of course, Julio Jones expected to suit up, but you don't have Derrick Henry. Niners on a short week. What do you make of this one? Niners giving 3 at Tennessee.
I mean, man, the disrespect to the Titans. It actually come into this one, Dibs, with the better record. But to be underdogs at home, I get it. But what you didn't mention, 3 linemen, linemen for the Texans are out. I think it's 2 to COVID, and 1 got injured this past weekend against Pittsburgh. And to me, I just picture 97, left, right, boom, bam. That's my John Madden. He's going to feast, and I'm going with the Niners to win by 3. So I'm taking the Niners in the points, Dibs.
Wow, I like it. You're going to take the Niners and give the 3 to
yes, sir.
And you know me, what I've ridden all year long on Thursday night football for the most part, I've been doing that, and I don't want to give too much credit to LeBron, but we're looking for keep it down. We're going to go under 44.5. I think the Niners D-line will get to Ryan Tannehill, or Tannehan if you prefer, and they're going to really limit Tennessee and what they can do. And Shanahan is just going to pound the rock. He's going to keep it conservative. I like a Niner 23-14 kind of victory. I'm going under 44.5.
I like that, and it'll probably be cold weather as well. And Dibs, what's funny is I was thinking, do I like the over? I've been hearing some other, they'll go nameless, quote-unquote experts, and they're taking the over. I said, nah, my boy Dibs likes the under on Thursday night.
Yeah, I like to lean those Thursday night unders, and thanks to all the great regulars here, Goo, on Liquidate All Assets, Camus, Robert, Brandon, all
what up, y'all?
Yeah, our good, faithful listeners here of the podcast. They appreciate that we're of course, we're chasing winners, but we're just a couple of guys having a good time. And Goo, happy holidays to you and yours. This is going to be it for us. And I didn't even get to it yet. There's so much content, but episode 32. Who you going with?
I was just about to bring that up, and it's the one and only. You know where I'm going. I wanted to go OJ, the shots to the Bay. I'm going Irvin Magic Johnson in that documentary about the Lakers coming out soon. I cannot wait. So I'm going to go with Irvin Magic Johnson because it's the holidays and we're all smiling, Dibs.
I love it, Goo. It's terrific. And in January, when we get back together and we do number 33, I hope you go a certain way because our mutual friend, I don't know if he could survive if you went a different route than the 33 that we both, the unnamed.
Right.
Although
Yeah.
you got some 33s and we all do, but I don't know if your boy could survive that.
Yeah, I know a former Pitt Panther, University of Pitt Panther that wore 33, but we'll get to that when we come back.
I love it. It's Liquidate All Assets, Guru and Dibs, brought to you by Livermore Casino. Get in on the action at Livermore Casino in downtown Livermore, First Street, Tri-Valley's only poker destination, offering also blackjack, 3-card poker, baccarat with no player collection. Enjoy their 24-hour gaming floor, full bar, and a restaurant with indoor and outdoor patio seating. Watch all your favorite games at Livermore Casino 7 days a week. Visit us at 3571 First Street in downtown Livermore. Livermore Casino, the Tri-Valley's place to play. Please play responsibly. Goo, we're always responsible, and it's part of our responsibility that we give out a pick for the Warriors tonight. Warriors taking on Memphis, both teams with players out for a variety of reasons. What do you think about the Dubs tonight, Goo?
You know what? I've been giving this a lot of thought, and the one, I'm going to go Clark Kent Superman, the one kryptonite to this Warrior team here recently, you can make a case. It's the Memphis Grizzlies, who ended their season last year, already beat them this year. No Wiggins, no Poole. I'm going to take Memphis in the points, Dibs. And maybe Dub Nation will be happy that'll be reverse devil tongue.
Don't you do that.
Grizzlies with John Morant back and Steph. I don't want to call it a lull, not exactly on, in fuego, but I'm going to go Memphis in the points, Dibs.
Wow, and that's bold, heading into the holidays to go up against beloved. You must have been listening to Steiny with all of his Steph is in a slump talk.
You know what? I was out shopping with the kids. I missed him today.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was more yesterday and the day before. And they do.
Well, he actually has numbers, Dibs. He'll give you numbers. That was our last show, right?
Oh, yeah. Receipts, as some would call it. Yeah, he's got his receipts. Goo, I think that this game might be closer than 5.5, so I like your pick. I want the Warriors to win. Emotionally, I cannot side with you on this, so I'm going to go under 217.
Brian Iglesias he tapped in with us. He likes the under 2. That's you know what? I hadn't given that much thought, but I like that.
Yeah, thank you, Brian, and thanks for bringing that to attention, Goo, because I was entering our picks on the doc. We track every pick. We keep it real, unlike anyone else in the business. I'm going to go under 217 and hope to avoid overtime. I think this one feels like a 105 to 104 kind of ball game. So I like the points with Memphis. I wouldn't bet it, but I do like the under.
Well, if I hadn't burned footage of myself at the Warrior World Tournament, and I don't know if you still have the Disgrace Chase, we might get an invite. It is incredible, Dibs, who's coming back to play. And I'm not mad at anybody that's getting a chance, but my goodness, it's open season now. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that Monte Ellis maybe 10 day. He wants to retire as a Warrior. You guys had him on your show. He was terrific. This, to me, would be a perfect holiday gift from Joe Lacob to all of us.
That would be dope. And I'll say this. I don't know Monte's agent, but if he can't get you no run during this, what's going on now, you'll never get any run, Dibs.
If Joe Johnson can get a bucket, then Monte Ellis can get you a bucket. That's all I'm saying.
Joe. Yeah.
Spurs and Lakers, Goo. I know it's another game that you like tonight. What are you thinking about that one?
Every time I watch the Spurs, and I know they hung on to beat the Warriors, that was a shocker. I don't think the Lakers are as dead. This is not a joke or stand-up comedy. They're not as dead or finished as everybody thinks. But I just see a young San Antonio team with legs, fresh legs, newer birth certificates, and I'm taking them to beat the Lakers tonight to continue the Lakers slide.
Okay, so Goo is on the underdog, the Spurs getting 1.5 points. And I can't fault you for that, but something in the back of my mind makes me keep thinking about the Lakers. And, I keep thinking about LeBron and all these other big names. And I know they're not the same players they were. And Westbrook is pushing and pressing and all that. But, man, the Lakers still, to me, feel like a sleeping giant. I'm not ready to write them off just yet. So I'm going to go ahead and stay away from that one.
Let me add this real quick about the Lakers, and I'll let you go, Dibs. I don't know if you've heard, but they've been making fun of LeBron because Cleveland's playing well, and then he's so disappointed at what's going on in L.A. He could be a Cav, go home again. Shout out Drake. But I've heard the Lakers are on the waiver. They're trying to facilitate a trade with any and everybody. Could you see that happening? But I told Steiny, who would want Westbrook?
Yeah, I mean, Westbrook is just really a player that I think is going to be great on a bad team and doesn't have the ability to really, play within the construct of an elite team. So he actually might be perfect for LA as they transition from LeBron to the AD era. But, ultimately AD and Russ could play together better than LeBron because, LeBron needs the ball. AD is more like Wiggins in many ways. That, the game, and he'll get his when he needs to.
Yeah. Ernesto Chavez chimed in. Dibbers, tell him, and you just did.
Love it. From Lolo. One for me, Goo, and it's OKC getting 15 at Phoenix.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Thunder tonight on the road. Phoenix, this feels to me like the game before the game.
Yeah.
Their Super Bowl, quote unquote, their big game is coming up on Christmas. Their fans are going to be through the roof for that one to try to take another peg out of the Warriors. So I think that this one is kind of a sleep-through, a walk-through game. So I'm going to take OKC in the points and make Phoenix try to run me out of the gym.
It's interesting you say that because I took the Warriors 12.5 a couple days ago. Who did they beat down? They called Sacramento. It was 12.5. I was getting nervous. But what I've noticed, Dibs, with these big lines, especially now during the COVID era, is the team that's winning big, they'll call the dogs off late third, middle third. So it's never gonna, Warriors got lucky, but I like you're thinking about the Thunder because they play hard and they're young.
Yeah, and we're in USF, OKC playing well right now. Bad team, but they are playing pretty well. Brandon Hodges threw out that it might be a trap game. This is one of those ones where
it's a trap.
Yeah, and OKC, they're going to be more up for this game because they're playing a team that's the defending conference champs. Phoenix is already kind of looking ahead. It's a little bit of a look-ahead spot. So I'll take the Thunder and double digits. More NBA picks. We're going to give you the full Christmas Day slate coming up in just moments. This is, of course, brought to you by Livermore Casino, the Tri-Valley's place to play with game day specials 10 to 8, Monday and Thursday, 5 to 9 p.m. Domestic draft beers for $2.50. Imports and well cocktails only $4 at Livermore Casino in downtown Livermore. And, of course, Goo, to update those folks who just joined us, Thursday Night Football. Guru likes the Niners -3. I like the under 44.5. Goo, college basketball, I got some bad news for you. Your George Mason, Wisconsin game is canceled.
Yeah, and I know it's for the betterment and safety, so I get it. I won't be too disappointed. I hope we don't see the word cancel moving forward on any sports, action. But that one, I was like, just puts it in perspective, Dibs, that we're getting any Christmas games, right?
Yeah, and we do actually have a fun bunch tonight. Shout out the Washington Redskins with the Hawaiian Airlines Diamond Head Classic. The first game is already in the book. Stanford beating Liberty by 3 in the winner's bracket. Liberty, a team, of course, I've been on a multitude of times already this year. Do you want some Diamond Head Classic locks, Goo?
I got my pen, and I watched Stanford last evening as well. Get a life, but I was watching the Cardinal, Dibs.
Yeah, and it's a really good, tight tournament. The next game coming up here in moments is going to be Wyoming and Northern Iowa. I like Wyoming -2.5. They're a 10-win team already. They're a quality squad. They played a tough game in the opener in a losing effort. I like Wyoming -2.5.
Yeah, I was looking at that one as well. Northern Iowa, not Iowa, not Iowa State. So I like the Wyoming one, Dibs.
Yeah, Northern Iowa, very good team traditionally, defensively so, but 4-6 off to a bit of a sluggish start this year. The 7 o'clock game, BYU and Vanderbilt. I like the Cougars -5.5. BYU is a very good team, and they suffered a tough loss previously in the tournament. Actually, their last loss was to Creighton. They beat South Florida 54-39 in the opener. This BYU team, I think, is on a mission in Hawaii.
Yeah, and Dibs, they only got to win by 6. I can see it happening. They got a style, and if I'm correct, hashtag random, that's Danny Ainge's old alma mater, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And he famously dribbled through 5 guys in the NCAA tournament in 1980 or 79 or 80 to hit a game winner for BYU. The nightcap goo, South Florida, is taking on the host Hawaii, and this is the loser's bracket game. The over-under is 121, and we are going under 121 coconuts in Hawaii and South Florida. The Bulls of South Florida struggle defensively. Hawaii, a slow-tempo team. We're going to go under the little number of 121 and a 9:30 tip.
I like it. I'll be watching it, Dibs. Nobody cares who my friends are, but my buddy Phil Handy, he played ball at Hawaii. My other good friend Gerard Arcement went to South Florida. Just talked to Gerard, so I'm going to go with South Florida. And they play faster, as you just mentioned, in Hawaii, and I think they get it done tonight.
All right, Goo is in on South Florida plus 3.5. And that game, I believe, tips off at 9:30 our time. Yeah, 9:30 our time, 6:30 Hawaii time. So a chance to get a full slate of college basketball, even though, Goo, we've got so many postponements and cancellations, especially across the East Coast.
Yeah, let's all be safe, mask up, and get that shot and hope it gets better, Dibs, because that's all we can do at this juncture, right?
Yeah, and it's a good transition, actually, to talk about the Christmas Day games, because right now we've got 5 games on the slate. We don't know if any or all of these games will go based on where we are COVID-wise. I know the NBA is coming out with a new protocol. Probably it'll be in place before Thanksgiving on Saturday, but in the meantime, Goo, let's make these picks and see if the games actually go. Atlanta at the Knicks, Atlanta +1. What do you think?
I'm going. The Knicks have been a disaster. I don't know what's going on with Tibbs. I know my guy got out of jail a couple games ago. Our point guard. So
Kemba
for the
Walker.
Knicks, Kemba Walker. And Atlanta lost to OKC a couple nights ago, and I know that you could say it's COVID related or whatnot. That bothered me, so I'm gonna go with the Knicks at home to win this one, Dib. So I'm taking the Knicks to cover by a point.
So the Knicks -1.
Knickerbockers.
Yes, and if it goes the other way, Knicks win by 1. It's a push for the Goo. I don't know about this game. Trae Young is in the protocol, and the way Tibbs likes to do it, and it's a morning game. I'm going to talk my way right into the under, Goo. I'm going to go under 218 and the hook. I'm expecting an Atlanta team to be a little bit sluggish. The Knicks, the way they play defense, Thibodeau kind of ruins the game from an old school standpoint. I'm going to go under 218.5.
I love it, and we'll see how it plays out. But there's nothing better than when you wake up. I'm up early on Christmas anyway, Dibs, every day. But you got that 9 o'clock hoop game. I love it.
Yeah, it's without a doubt. It's one of the good traditions that the NBA has been able to kind of cultivate for itself. Boston's at Milwaukee. The Bucks favored by 7. The over-under of 232.
I'll tell you what, Milwaukee quietly under the radar this year. Giannis as well. You know, they are who they are, the defending champs, but they haven't been given much run. Boston's getting a tad bit healthier. I like Boston, and I can see this a close game going down to the wire. I'm going to take Boston in the 7, Dibs.
All right, I'm going to go the other way and take Milwaukee minus the 7. Just for exactly what you said, and I like a marquee player in a marquee spot. Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to play his way deeper into the MVP conversation. You know, Steph Curry, a little bit of a regression, some vulnerability there. Kevin Durant is trending way up in that.
Wow.
I think Giannis is still top 4, top 5 in the conversation. I think Milwaukee shows out, and I'll lay the 7 against Boston.
Okay, I'll be watching. This will be a great one as well. And just the second one of the slate before the Warriors.
Talk to me about those Golden State Warriors. I'm going to give you a 3 for your throwback reference. Warriors are getting 3.5 at Phoenix. We don't know about Poole or Wiggins. You know,
I'll tell you what. We don't know about
Maybe
a lot regarding the Golden State Warriors. And the guys you just mentioned, they represent to me firepower. So, Dibs, I'm going to take one of your moves, and I'm going to go under 228. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points. So I know the last game in Phoenix was fantastic. I still got it on my DVR, but I could see this being I don't want to say a blowout, but I could see 110-85 if it got ugly. But I just don't see both teams combining for over 228. Your boy's taking the under.
Yeah, I'm going to just say this quickly, and I'm going to say it without pride, but I'm taking Phoenix and laying the 3.5.
Wow. All right, I can't wait.
All right, Brooklyn is at the Lakers, and Brooklyn's getting a point. Again, COVID really making this matchup tough to diagnose. The over-under 236 at Staples Center.
I've watched the Lakers, and they've been playing that Olay defense at times, but then when they're invested, like I think they will, because KD may be in the house, Harden coming back. I think I just heard, he cleared protocol, but I'm going under 236, Dibs. It's a big number. These teams are practicing. I think that will affect what we watch. I don't see a lot of points being scored in this one. I'm taking under 236.
Yeah, for me, sometimes it's just as easy as looking at it and saying, how could that possibly be? Brooklyn, a far better team. The Lakers are kind of a team in transition. You're giving me Brooklyn and a point. I'm going to take Kevin Durant and company and expect Brooklyn to just win that game in LA. One more, Goo.
Okay.
It's Denver at Utah. The Jazz are favored by 5.
Denver's been playing well. Jokic, who actually has better numbers at this juncture than he did last year in his MVP season, Dibs, but it's a narrative. Shout out to Ramona Shelbourne. So he's not getting a lot of run. But I'm going to take the Jazz. They've been slipping a little bit, got back in the win column. I think they win this game by 8 to 10 points.
I'm with you, Goo. I will co-sign right on that with you. I think that this is a spot where Denver is good. They're having a good year, a solid year. But Utah fancies itself in the conversation for number 1 seed in the West. They're not seeing this as a Phoenix and Golden State 2-team race.
Yeah.
Utah thinks that they are as real as the other two, and I think they exert their will here. Give me Utah minus the 5 as well.
I love it. Let's go, baby.
To the Sunday slate of NFL football, Goo, as we continue to roll on here. Liquidate all assets with Guru and Dibs, brought to you by Livermore Casino in downtown Livermore, Tri-Valley's only poker destination, offering also blackjack, 3-card poker, baccarat with no player collection. 3571 First Street in downtown Livermore. Livermore Casino, Tri-Valley's place to play. Please play responsibly. Talk to me about the Sunday slate, Goo. Although first, we should talk about Saturday
I can't
NFL,
wait.
Indianapolis at Arizona.
I'll tell you what, the Colts, they got action. We've seen them come in here and stampede the Niners, but I'm looking at Carson Wentz, who's kind of settled in. Frank Wright, the head coach, that defense that they have in that running game. And I told you, Dibs, I've been consistent. I'm just not a Kyler Murray guy when the stakes get higher, along with Kingsbury. Something's going on, and I don't think they get it fixed on the national stage. I'm going with Indianapolis, who had an impressive win last Saturday against Mac Jones. Excuse me, Mac Jones. You think he's Tom Brady? I'm going with the Colts.
I like it. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair, so I'm going to go over 49. I do believe in Kyler Murray, and I think the Arizona offense, Christian Kirk, looking to play a bigger role this week. I think that they get into a bit of a shootout. Jonathan Taylor is such a potent back that he sets up a lot for that passing game. I see this one as being first one to 30 wins, but a kind of a close. I'm going to go over 49.
I love it. I'll be watching.
Cleveland at Green Bay. The Packers favored by 7.5. You got anything on this game?
I threw tomatoes. Your story. Remember the young lady threw a tomato at you? A potato.
Potato.
I've been throwing potatoes at Aaron Rodgers even in the offseason, but I got to give him Devontae Adams and that no-name defense for the Packers and LaFleur credit. I think they win this going away. Cleveland wasn't impressive at all against the Raiders. I know they came back, but still, I like this to be a blowout, and I'm going to take Green Bay and the points, Dibs.
Okay, he's taking the Packers, and you're giving the 7.5, though.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let me just put this in there. 7.5. Goo is going to lay the points. I'm going to go over the 7.5. I think it's the same kind of game that you were describing. Offensive. I think that the Browns will be able to score some in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the 45.5. Goo, what about Denver at Las Vegas on Sunday? You got anything for that game?
Yeah, I sent a tweet out about Derek Carr, thinking that they were going to lose the game, and all he did was go down and get the game-winning field goal for the Raiders. But I think Denver's a better overall team right now. Don't tell our guy Joseph Spadoni. So I'm taking the Broncos to win this one in Vegas, and the loser is OUT. To me, they're done. So this is a playoff game in itself to me. I'm taking Denver, and I think their offense is better under Locke, who will be under center.
This is a great head-to-head matchup then, because I'm taking Vegas, and to pick them at home, I think that Derek Carr has been good enough this year, and this Raider team has gotten past the John Gruden era, and they're starting to gel. They understand the import of this game, and there's something about the Raiders in Denver where the Raider organization will get up for it. I'm taking Vegas at home in a pick'em scenario.
I like it. I can't wait. I love the head. We both love the head-to-head.
Yeah, the other one that I liked on Sunday is Tampa Bay at Carolina.
Oh, my gosh.
They're favored by 10. It feels like that spread should be 20. The over-under is 43. I'm taking Tampa minus 10.
Hey, 401k, I'm lifting the mattress. I love you for saying 20. How about 30? And they're coming off Tom Brady and a goose egg. I can't remember the last time that happened. Scam Newton, and he's sharing the duties with, what's our guy from New York? He's coming back for this game, so he'll play some too. So this is going to get ugly. Tom Terrific by 30. Liquidate all assets on this one, Dibs.
I love it. It's a Liquidate special from Guru, brought to you by Livermore Casino. Monday Night Football. You've got Miami favored by 1.5 at New Orleans, and Miami 3-3 against the spread. New Orleans is 5-2 against the number when they get just 22 points. And New Orleans and its opponents have gone over 38.5, which, by the way, is the over-under. New Orleans has gone over in 10 of 14. What do you think about the Dolphins giving 1.5 in New Orleans?
I thought Tua was dead, and so was Miami, but they've been playing better, and so has Tua. But I will say this, Dibs, on this whole season up until this point, I don't think I've been more impressed with the team that's come out of nowhere, a unit like New Orleans did against Brady. And I know you could say, it's a division game, they got his number. What I saw last Sunday night was just phenomenal. But still, I like Miami because Taysom Hill, even though I don't like him, is in protocol, and they be going to the backup. So no continuity there. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints and the 1.5, hoping that extra day of preparation since the protocol announcement was made can help New Orleans get some synergy with the offense. And I tell you what, Miami's played great, but New Orleans quietly has played phenomenal as well. And Sean Payton in the conversation for Coach of the Year. I love a Saints team at home, especially after a holiday disruption for the road team. Give me the Saints and 1.5 in another head-to-head Guru versus Dibs showdown.
I like your thought process, Dibs. Hey, I got to tell you one, I almost forgot to slip into you. Dallas, Washington, Sunday night at Dallas, and Dallas's defense is Super Bowl caliber. They're favored by 10.5, Dibs. But Dak has just been an enigma. I don't know what's going on. They're saying that the defenses are now, Denver started it playing zone, and he's not reading it right, but they are going to shellac the Redskins. I don't care if Heineke's under center. Again, lifting the mattress for this. Nothing personal. I just think Dallas runs away with this, and they cover the 10.5 easy. And a win, they win the NFC East, and I think that'll play out in front of the nation's eyes Sunday night.
I love it, Goo, and that's you taking your own team, which you don't often do. When you do it, I know you're serious about it.
There you go. I appreciate that.
Well, you don't do it just because you're a fan.
Oh, no.
And you don't not do it just because you're trying to do reverse devil tongue. I think I broke you of that. But
I love it.
The fact that you're on them shows a lot of faith. I'm not positive. 10.5 scares me because, Washington can get within 10. And I love what Riverboat Ron's doing with the Redskins. And the Cowboys, they've been a little bit up and down. So I'm going to stay off that game. I'm pulling for you, though, Goo.
I got a tidbit about that game. Dallas visited the nation's capital and for whatever reason brought their own benches in. And there was a lot of hoopla about it. So Washington goes on the road. They play Philly. They bring their own benches. Dibs, why are grown men acting like kids? What are we doing here?
It's sports, and sports is – and, you and I are lucky enough to do this for a living. And Brandon Hodges, thank you, Brandon, for the nice comment from Facebook.
We love being.
Yeah, talking about how we make some of the hard times enjoyable over the 7+ years, and that's where you and I, Goo, we're to do what we do.
No doubt, Dibs. When you said it, you're always profound with your words, and I feel the same way. And we just want to thank the listeners for tuning in. We love them.
All right, Goo. I'll see you next year.
All right. Happy holiday. Real quick, Dibs. Hashtag random. You a big eggnog guy. Steiny's not. I am.
Oh, disgusting.
Oh, my.
Absolutely disgusting.
I'm about to get to it right now. Okay.
Oh, gross. Best of luck to you and your
All right,
intestines.
the listener says happy holidays to everybody out there. All right. Take it easy, Dibs.
All right, go.